Yeah. Yeah, put it together for me. They all want to work.
Like anything in life, having a game plan and a strategy is a great way to increase your chances of success. Now, this is very true when it comes to the Forex market because you definitely need a Forex strategy to increase your edge in the market. So in today's much anticipated video, I will be exposing my Forex trading strategy. So keep watching. What's up guys, Candace B here. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Welcome back to my subscribers and welcome to my new ones. Alright, so I have received many requests for a video about my Forex strategy, so I thought sure, why not? It's really nothing special to be honest. But as a disclaimer, of course, even though it's pretty obvious, this is my personal Forex strategy, so what works for me may not work for you and vice versa. So of course, I encourage you to maybe take a few pointers here and there, but overall, take the time to create your own strategy that fits your lifestyle, your schedule, your personality, etc. Now, just for the sake of this video and trying to keep it short and sweet, I'm not going to talk about my ritual before I even look at the chart, and as well as what I do after I close a trade. I may do that in like another video where I show you a whole like day in the life of a Forex trader, so stay tuned for that. That being said, let's get right into it. So the first thing I do is choose a pair. Now I personally stick to either GBP, JPY, or gold. And I really feel like it's important just to stick to one or two pairs just to avoid overwhelming yourself. You don't need a list of all these different types of pairs. If you focus on one or two pairs and just learn the ins and outs of this pair, its temperament, how it moves, then that definitely helps to increase your edge. So my Forex trading strategy is very simple. I like to keep it simple, straightforward, and very easy to understand. And it's based on technical analysis. Sorry if my voice sounds kind of froggy. I don't know if I'm coming down with something. I better not because everyone keeps coughing and I'm not about to get sick today, tomorrow, or ever. But it's Canada, so it's just that time of the year. I like to stick to trading trending markets as well as retests and breakouts. In addition to this, I also have to make sure I have at least 3 confluences before I even consider entering the trade. So amongst other confluences, a few examples that I look for include ensuring that it is either the London or New York session, because those are the sessions that I personally like to trade GJ and gold in. Also just making note of the momentum based on the higher time frames, as well as, seeing candlestick patterns and making sure that if I'm going to enter the trade, that it fits my risk to reward 1-to-3 ratio. So even if we're just looking at an example on the chart, I'm looking at GJ right now on the 4-hour. So these are the type of markets that I like to trade, a trending market, super simple. You have the high, low, lower high, lower lows. So I would really just be looking to trade, the rejections. And of course, my bias would be to sell. So based on what confluences I'm looking for, I would be looking to take sell. So even in this case, we had this huge bearish candlestick and it had rejected off this area. It had rejected off this area here, and when it had retraced, of course, when it came back up to where it had rejected before, then it created this top wick with the first candlestick here that you see, this bullish candlestick, and then it created a large bearish one. So I would be waiting for this candlestick to close, and because of the fact that it had a wick, I would know that price is exhausted, and as Confluence, it's being exhausted right at the same resistance area where it had this strong push down. So I'd be looking for a sell, and my stop loss, I would want my stop loss to be above the previous high of the previous candlestick, and then I would just map out 1 to 3%, risk 1%, reward 3%. So that's what I would be looking for. So other trades that I like to look for are these trades where they kind of create candlestick patterns where it's like a double bottom or a double top. So in this case, I'd be checking the higher time frames. I would have done my top down analysis, of course, and I would see that, okay, price had rejected here, and let's say all this had already happened, and I'm noticing that price, is descending. I would for sure be waiting to see how it reacts at this major support area before I consider taking a buy. And what I'd be looking for is that even though this candlestick formed and it had rejected very cleanly off of this support area, I'd be waiting to see what the next candlestick does in order for me to know if it's a buy at that point. Because with these type of trades, you definitely don't want to call tops or bottoms. Nobody knows what the market wants to do, so you need those candlestick confirmations to tell you that price is, let's say, reversing in trend, because of course with double tops and double bottoms, that's a reversal pattern. So you want to make sure that price shows its hand first before you decide to enter the trade. And of course, I just opened this chart so you don't see my analysis or anything like that, but I just wanted to kind of give a visual on the type of patterns I like to see, the type of market conditions I like to see, and then, yeah, of course, considering the time zone as well, the session that price is in. I'd like to stick with New York or London ideally, just because that works for my schedule and it works for just my edge that I have created. So even right here, if we're looking at current time, right now it's, midnight Friday. So really, I wouldn't even be trading on a Friday. But right away, what I'd be noticing if I were is that, there's this area of resistance. And so right now I would be wanting to see what price does, because it's already tapped this area and it's kind of been moved, it's kind of formed a couple 4-hour candles. That's about 12 hours worth. So 4, 8, 12 hours worth of just, not being able to break this area. Actually 16. So 4, 8, 12, 16 if we're counting this big bullish candlestick. So we're just waiting for price to show its hand. I see a sort of a uptrend. I can draw my channel here and see. So yeah, as you can see, there's, this bullish trend line. You can see that every time price comes back down, it rejects it. It has been rejecting it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would be waiting to see if price rejects this area, comes down, taps it one more time, and I would be looking to buy. My stop loss would be, right underneath wherever it taps. So, I'd be mapping out my 1% risk, and then I would be mapping out my 3% reward, because even if price comes down here, it may only just come back up and then shoot down. So I'd probably be, not looking to hold on to a trade for so long. I definitely more of like an intraday scalper. So even if price had come down here, yes, I'd be looking for a buy, but my take profit would probably be around here. Stop loss would probably be just right under the trend line. So yeah, those are the type of setups I like to see. And of course, it's a waiting game. So you just gotta wait and see what happens. And of course, I definitely keep note of those high impact news events that might affect the currencies that I'm trading, because I like to avoid trading in those high volatile markets. So when Trump is being crazy, I just wait until he calms down and the market calms down for me to even consider a trade. But otherwise, I just stick with technical analysis either way, because a lot of times these news events are already calculated into the market. So really, if you are in the process of figuring out the best Forex strategy for you, there are a few things to keep in mind. One thing is that there is no holy grail perfect Forex strategy. Everyone has a different way of how they view and understand the markets, so it's totally whatever works for you. And don't be so focused on other people's strategies, especially when you go on social media and you see all these different Forex accounts with all these different fancy strategies. That can get so overwhelming, and the goal with Forex is to keep it simple. So redirect that energy just into investing in your own strategy and creating your own way of seeing the market. I feel like a lot of people think that Forex has to be difficult for some reason, when it really doesn't. To be honest, you decide whether you want to complicate things or keep it simple altogether for yourself. So don't overcomplicate it, because in my opinion, your Forex trading strategy should reflect your personality. So whether you're the type of person that just likes to be in and out of the market really quickly, you just like to take your profits and run, or you're more laid back, you don't mind staying in the market for a longer period of time, you have a family and other responsibilities that are your priority, etc. Just make sure that you are creating a Forex strategy that works for you and stick to it as best as possible. And remember, you can always tweak your trading strategy in the future if need be in order to increase your edge. Well, there you have it, guys. I hope that the information in this video helped you in some sort of way. Go ahead and like this video to let me know if it did, and feel free to comment down below letting me know if this video was helpful to you or not, and maybe even let me know what have you included in your Forex strategy. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Since you're here, go ahead and check out some of my other videos about Forex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day, week, and life. Bye!